All right. Hi, everybody. It's Deanna. How are you doing? It is, believe it or not, January 25th, 2022. How's everybody doing? I'm so super excited to see all of you. And tonight we've got so many wonderful things to talk about, but we're going to keep it short and sweet because it's 2022. Anyway, let me get up my my monitor here so I can see what's going on and answer all of your questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down in the feed. Tonight, we are going to talk about 5 healthy strategies to creating joy in your life. So if you know anybody who's having a challenge with creating joy in their life, I'd appreciate if you would share the video. If you're seeing this for the first time, if you click the follow button and make sure that you have your notifications turned on, you will find that I will come up on your cell phone saying that I'm live. And usually it's about 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time every Tuesday night. So I'm looking on my, looks like we've got quite a few folks tonight. That's good. We're going to wait just a couple minutes, see how many folks we can get on. Get my monitor up where I can read your questions. There we are. Okay, get this going here. All right, cool. So how's everybody doing? Like I said, it's January 25th, 2022. My name is Deanna, and I am your Akashic Records expert and energy shift advisor. And tonight what we're doing is we're going to talk about 5 healthy strategies to create joy in your life. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I couldn't do this without you, and I'm so super excited to have you join me tonight. So first thing, as a highly sensitive person, empath or starseed, I'd like to have you repeat after me, because right now we could all use a lot of joy in our life. We've got so much going on in the planet, so much going on in our lives. And so if you would repeat after me, I am unique. Let me hear you. I am unique. There is only one me. Okay. I am loved in spite of everything. God, Spirit, Source has a unique position for me. Good. Okay. So we're talking about healthy strategies, create joy in your life. How many of you out there are just really having a hard time with it because you know what's going on in the world scene, what's going on in your families, the transitioning of our planet. When we started the age of Aquarius, that really launched us into more of a new state of being. And I think it was six years ago when we had the eclipse, and that's when things really started, but a lot of us didn't know that yet. And then we got age of Aquarius, and so now we're off, we're running, we're in our new space right now. You could say this has been going towards the new earth and the birthing process. And so it's really challenging. I mean, come on, be real about it. It's challenging right now to have joy in your life. So so many things just different, and we keep waiting for things to go back to normal, and they're not going back to normal. And people ask me, is this the end time? And I can tell you, not yet. I know that it's not yet. And we as empaths, starseeds, highly sensitive people, we have to keep going forward because we are the salt of the earth. The Bible talks about the salt of the earth. And that is us, ladies and gentlemen, because we were put here to have extra spidey senses so we could tell what was going on, so we could move ourselves forward to being a light to those around us. But instead, what happens is a lot of you have no joy in your life. Your little spidey senses have been beaten up. You see things you can't stand, and you kind of go into the roly-poly position, as I call it. So it's time for you to step up, step out, and start creating joy in your life, no matter where you're starting from. Did you hear me? No matter where you're starting from. Okay. So strategy number 1 to help you to create joy in your life is to get some joyful quotes. And guess how easy this is. You type in on your laptop, on your Google search, or whatever engine you're using, DuckDuckGo, and you type in joyful quotes or quotes of joy, and then click on images, and there'll be tons of it. If you have a printer at home, you can actually print out. They're like memes on Facebook, but they're just tiny, and you can print them out on a regular sheet of paper, color or black and white. Take some painter's tape and stick them up in your house. Okay, you can put them, if you want to, in a frame. You can take down an old picture up off the wall and put a quote in there and put it somewhere. I have put a new quote recently in my bedroom on a wall that previously didn't have anything on it. It's just small. It's just a piece of copy paper. And I get up and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I forgot I put that there. And I read it and it's like, wow, that's good. And one of the quotes that is at the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore that I go to on Thursday, where I do readings, it says, life is good. It's solid black background with the white letters. Life is good. And it's so subtle. But when you pass by it, you feel, oh yeah, life's good. Okay. It's stimulating your subconscious mind to remind you that there is still joy in this world. There's joy in your heart, and there's joy in this life. And a couple of you reached out to me this week and told me about some things that are happening in your life. And for those of you that have recently had the passing of a loved one, my heart is with you. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And now is a time for you to grieve. And when you're done, then it would be the time for you to begin these strategies. So I wanted to let you know that, because I know you're watching tonight, and I send you big hugs and kisses. All right. So the strategy, healthy strategy number 1 to bring joy into your life is to have joy quotes. The other thing that you can do that is really super cool is you can take a quote, and not only can you print it out, tape it up on your wall, if you're so inclined. You can take your lipstick and write it on the mirror in your bathroom, or if you're a dude, put it on a sticky and stick it up in your bathroom, because every time you see that, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is recording. That's what it does. And pretty soon it begins to move those recordings forward into your current life right now. Another way that you can do this, that's one of my favorite ways, is you can take that quote, and if you have a cell phone, most of us have cell phones, you can look up the alarm, like you're going to set it to get up in the morning, and there'll be a label, and the label usually says alarm, and you can put any label you want in there. So I have found times during my day when I'm fatiguing or I'm tired and I need to keep going, and I will rename that alarm to something like, nothing is impossible. The word itself is, I'm possible. Okay? Anything you want. And so that alarm will go off during the day when you set it, and you'll be like, oh, nothing's impossible. I can get this done today because I'm possible. Woohoo! And it just picks you up throughout your day. So any way you'd like to do that, get some joyful quotes, something that makes you smile, something that opens your heart, something that makes you think. Number 2, healthy strategies to create joy in your life is to have a joy journal. Okay, how many of you out there can say that 5 times fast? Joy journal. Anyway, so you're like, Deanna, what's a joy journal? Okay. If you're inclined to write, pen or pencil to paper, go buy yourself a journal. You can go down to the dollar store and get an inexpensive one. You can go to a nice stationery store and get yourself an expensive one. You can order one from For Heaven's Sakes Books off the internet, or come in and see us there. But a joy journal is simply a bunch of paper inside a hard exterior, and you open it up and you write in it. It's like a regular journal, but instead, what I'd like for you to do is find some pictures of things that make you happy. Now, if you still have newspapers or if you still have magazines that come to your house, you can cut, it's like a vision board. You can cut things that make you happy out. Or if you have photographs, you can print the photographs out. I think you can still do that on the printers at certain stores. And you bring those things back, collect them, print them out, and whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you joyful, take a picture of something and stick it on the first page. Just one up in the corner. Usually the right corner is good. And then turn to the next page and stick something else in there, or put it somewhere else on the page, because you're going to begin to write what's joyful in your life. And I know everybody's got something out there that they can be joyful about or with. The very simplest thing that has ever brought me joy in my life is to watch on the social media now. They have something called a reel, R-E-E-L. And it's not very long. And a lot of times it's cats doing silly things, dogs doing silly things, people doing silly things. And it makes me laugh. And it's a short, maybe 2-3 minutes. But that brings my heart joy. Simple. In your joy journal, what I'd like for you to do is write the simplest thing that brings you joy or happiness. Okay? And even if it's only one word, one sentence every day, and put a date next to it. So today I had the joy of watching it snow. It is so beautiful to watch it snow. It's quiet outside. It's an amazing gift from the universe. So I wrote that down. Very simple. Kind of whatever you give thanks for, whatever brings a smile on your face, whatever has your heart sing. You might have a really good close friend that every time you talk to them, you're just happy. So you could write in your joy journal, spending time with this person brings me joy. Okay? It can be anything. And you begin to write that out every day. And so what happens is you're involving the tactile, that's your touch, your sight, and if you write, loud enough, you can hear it. And it's in your heart. And so that again goes into your mind and begins to create a place in your mind that's not worried, that's not frustrated, that's not depressed. So you're planting a seed within your own silly self. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, the next thing that you can do to create joy in your life is dun, 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 to create your own joy. A lot of times we're looking out here for people to help us create joy when the real answer is right in here. And you're like, well, Deanna, I don't have anything to be joyful for. I don't even know what joy is, I don't get it. Well, joy is being in the moment. So if you can take nice deep breaths and focus your mind on what's happening in the moment you're in it, that creates joy. I notice that I have a tendency to sit down, turn on a movie, get my cell phone, start scrolling through it, and I realize that I've got 2 different electronic stimulations going on, and I'm not really paying attention to either one, nor enjoying the breath of air that I take in. So now I limit myself to one, just one at a time, or sometimes none, and I sit quietly on the couch and just breathe and listen to what's going on around me. Or sometimes I play card games, and although the game might be fast and your brain is thinking, I take a moment will never come again. And being with my friends, learning a new card game, it brings me happiness. It's simple, very simple. But you can create your own joy. And the other question I have for you is, what do you want in your life? Really, what do you desire? If you're watching this during the springtime, just putting a seed into a pot and watering it and putting it in the sun and watching a plant grow can bring you joy. Think about it. It's a little tiny seed, or even a bean. And you've added water to it, and put it in soil, and it begins to shift its life form, and it becomes a plant. That's a miracle. Just because you put water on something, anything, a pen, a pencil, does it grow? No, nor do we expect it to. But that's a miracle, and it's so full of joy because you did nothing to create that. You helped it, but you didn't mastermind it. And that can bring you such great joy just to watch. All right, the next thing, number 4 of how to create joy in, strategy to create joy in your life. Number 4 is affirmations. So speaking words of affirmations, this is the opposite of whining. And I'm not talking about the red stuff that comes in a bottle. Somebody give me some thumbs up, a smiley face, something. I know you all are out there, but I'm starting to feel like I'm alone over here. So I've got my monitor where I can see you. Give me a smiley face, a thumbs up. Let me know there's love in this room. Bring me some joy. All right. Thank you so much. That's the little thing. See, it creates happiness. Anyways. So number 4 is to affirm, affirm your joy. That affirmation means speaking joy. And what does that mean? Well, you can take some of the quotes that you had and you can even speak those, or just talking about having joy in your life, and it's the opposite of, excuse me for a moment, bitching, whining, griping, moaning, complaining. It's the exact opposite of that. How many people are you around? And when you really stop and listen to what they're saying, all they're doing is griping and talking about negative things and how this person did that to them and this person hurt them. And, my emotions are wrapped up in this. And how come he can't be this way? How come she can't be this way? Blah, blah, blah. That's not affirming joy. Now, are there real pains there? Probably. Are emotions being hurt? Most likely. But when you talk about them to resolve them, that's great. And that's one thing. But to just talk about it and create that story over and over is not creating joy. So affirm your joy. Talk about it out loud. Speak joy into your life. God, Spirit, or Source, I am so happy that I was able to get up today, that I could walk across the room without being tired, for those of you that have had COVID and called me. Spirit, I am so grateful that I have food to eat. This is amazing. I'm joyful that I have choices that I can make and I'm not told what to do 24/7. I am joyful that the sun comes up in the morning, because a lot of us take that for granted. I'm joyful that I can see the stars at night. Simple things. I am joyful that my beautiful children are growing up and have wonderful, creative energy, or whatever that might be. Or I'm joyful that my husband stuck with me for 40 years because it was a tough road, Anything like that. But speak that, God, Spirit, or Source, thank you for the safe, haven that I have. Thank you for the water I have to drink. Thank you for the food I have to eat. This is awesome. And mean it. And like I said, you can go back and get some of the joy quotes and just, say them out loud if that's what works for you. But when you speak that out, it's creating a vibration that goes in your energy field. Your ears hear it, your mind records it, and the more positive that's in here and the less negative, the more you begin to go forward and joy and draw joyful experiences to you. That's the law of attraction. Easy. All right, number 5, on healthy strategies to create joy in your life. I'm going to ask you to make a list. What brings you joy? For some of you, men and women, you love to cook. You like to bring different flavors together or try new spices or something. And so what brings you joy in that instance would be touch, because your senses, you're touching the food when you cook it. And when you eat it, you're tasting it, different flavors in your mouth, and maybe you made something new or improved it. And it's joyful because you did it. You're like, wow, this is great. The next one is touch. Are you a tactile person? Do you like to touch? Do you like to be huggy? And I know these days it's kind of hard to be huggy all the time. If you are a touch person and that's what brings you joy, try going to a pottery class. I know they have small pottery classes here where you go and make a bowl and then you auction it off for charity. I've seen other people just take out their kids' Play-Doh and just roll it out with their hands. And it's a sensation, a tactile sensation, and it sends pleasure into the sensory part of your brain. And that creates joy. Maybe you can make a little Play-Doh earthworm or, I don't know, whatever you can think about, you create it. Another way to bring joy to your life under what brings you joy in your life, that's the heading. What brings you joy in your life? Is it taste? Is it touch? Is it sight? Sight is one of our strongest senses. And if sight is something that creates joy for you, how about taking a walk? If it's safe to do so in the neighborhood you live in. If not, go somewhere where it is safe. And if it's, cold outside like it was today in my neighborhood, put a coat on, a hat on, gloves, mittens, whatever, and go for a walk and look as far as you can out as you're walking. Because the sight, taking in things visually. I live in Colorado and it is so beautiful here. And I know as Coloradans, we can get used to living along the Front Range and, just driving, wherever we're going and not pay attention to the beautiful mountains. But if sight's what brings you joy, then, change out the pictures in your house. Find something funny. Find something that you like. Okay. So I'm going to look in the feed real quick at some questions. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening on this planet for empaths, starseeds, and highly sensitive people. Let's see here. Just a moment. Can you all give me a thumbs up here? Because looks like my computer is telling me that the broadcast isn't so happy right at the moment. So hopefully it hasn't cut me off because I have a few more things that I'd like to share here. Yep. Okay. So I've got some thumbs up. So it looks like we're doing good. Excuse me. Okay. So let's see what we've got going on here. Yep. Looks like we're doing good there. Okay. So let's see what we've got in our feed tonight. And again, I'd like to thank every one of you for coming on and supporting my work. Hello, Yolanda, Craig, good to see you. Carol, hi, Kelly. Hi, Carol. Oh, Paul, good evening. It's good to see you. Hi, Shannon. Let's see here. Hello to Ron and Amy and Chrissy, sorry. And let's see here. And Carol. So again, if any of you out there that are watching tonight or on the replay want to learn more about how to have healthy strategies in these times that we're living in and bring a healthy strategy to bring joy in your life, then here in the feed here on Facebook, the description, it talks about the Spiritual Awakening Academy mini class. And so you're saying, okay, Deanna, how does that bring joy into my life, right? Well, for one thing, when you know who you are, you know why you're on this earth and what your mission or your life purpose is, you're a lot happier than if you're just doing the 9-to-5 gig, dragging your butt home, trying to keep the house clean. I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this. Oh, I got to mow the lawn or whatever it is. There's not a whole lot of joy in day-to-day tasks, although necessary to keep your place, your living quarters clean. Very important, very healthy. But where, there's some joy in that too, by the way. When I clean out my refrigerator and it's all nice and shiny, I'm like, oh, yay, no more smelly refrigerator. But seriously, when you know who you are in this life and you know what your mission is, it's a little bit more joyful to get up every day. and to walk through what's happening in this world and to see differently through your heart than through your ego. And so this coming Saturday will be the first day of the Spiritual Awakening Academy mini course. It's only 4 days, 2 morning times, 2 evening times. If you can't make it, you can get the recordings. And I would encourage you to go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on the Spiritual Awakening Academy mini course. I'm not sure how many more times I will teach it live because I'm recording this one and it may be on autoplay. So if you want to be with me live and you want to find out, how do you protect your energy? That's another thing. I didn't put this on a healthy strategy to create joy in your life. But if you've got a lot of energy drainers and a lot of people are pulling your energy this way and pulling it that way, and you got a narcissist, it's like a little vampire. He's like, and you're like, oh, I'm so drained. I can't do anything in my life every day. That's not very joyful. Okay. Sociopaths, same way. Psychopaths, same way. Maybe family members we don't get along with or that hook us in. Sometimes there's other people in our life that want to take our energy. They're like, me, look at me. And you got a mission, you're going forward, you're getting things done. And they just want to, come and be like this little annoying fly on the wall. That doesn't bring much joy. So learning to take your power back, learning how to hold your position of power and still be empathetic, still be your beautiful divine self and not feel selfish about it. That's what we're going to be covering in the Academy Mini, along with, are you an empath? Are you a starseed? Are you a highly sensitive person? What are Akashic records? And how do those Akashic records play into my life now? Because let me tell you, if you are drained and you tap into these Akashic records and you clear your energy from other timelines, existences, you have so much more energy in this life. And you might even find out what entities or energies are, in your energy field climbing onto you that are draining your energy, because they're there too. There's so many possibilities. So I'd like to extend that to you as an invitation to come on and do the Academy Mini. Like I said, it's recorded and you'll have access to the recordings, but the live is much better. And then I can just hug and kiss all of you. We have a wonderful group of people so far that have signed up early. And coming up, our first class is Saturday. So hurry and sign up and get yourself on board. And if you're thinking, hey, Deanna, I just got so much energy draining me. I don't have the energy to do anything. And you'd like to have an energy clearing or an Akashic record reading, I will be at For Heaven's Sakes Books in Denver this Thursday and Friday. And for those of my wonderful clients that are watching me from Texas or Wichita, Kansas, or New Jersey or North Carolina, you know how it goes. You call the store 303-964-9339. Or you can private message me here on Facebook and you give them a call and they'll book you for an appointment. You just tell them you want a Zoom call and then I'll send you a link and we'll do it just like this. We can see each other live or we can do it on the phone. You know how that works. You don't have to come to the store. Anyway, so because Valentine's Day is coming up, I'm doing sweetheart readings. What does that mean? If you don't have a true love, if you're having trouble with your current love, or just don't know if you'll ever find love, I'm doing sweetheart readings this Thursday and Friday at the bookstore. Give them a call. Tell them you want to book a sweetheart reading. It's a 20-minute reading, real short, sweet, and to the point. Sweet, get it? Anyways, you all know I'm just a riot all the time. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. Love you bunches, and I will see you here next Tuesday, or if you've joined up for my class, I'll see you on class, or I might see you Thursday and Friday. You never know, but I love each and every one of you. Please, if you're on YouTube and you like the channel, hit share and share these videos with other folks that might need the help also. All right, have a great and wonderful night. Big hugs and kisses. Bye.